Top of it, family. It's your favorite cousin, Rich. And today I want to talk to you about battling insecurities. Yes, battling personal insecurities. I know insecurities plagues everybody. Everybody has at least one insecurity. Anybody who tells you they don't have any insecurities, they're lying to you. You know, even Superman has insecurities. The prettiest or most beautiful supermodel has insecurities. So battling insecurities. What's the first step? The first step is to self-reflect and acknowledge that you may have an insecurity. You have to identify specifically what you are insecure about. Once you identify what you're insecure about, you have to figure out where did that come from or what triggers that insecurity. And you can't necessarily say that it's from other people or anything of that sort. You have to take personal accountability for this personal insecurity that you have. As long as you are pushing it on the outside that someone makes you insecure or certain situations that are on the outside that can make you insecure, you will not be able to battle that insecurity in totality. So the first step is to acknowledge what makes you insecure. Step two is be compassionate with yourself. We all have insecurities, so that's not something that you should beat yourself up on. Everybody's insecurities are different, and how you deal with them are different. One thing that you may be insecure about, somebody may not be insecure about. So you must be compassionate with yourself and don't beat yourself up about your insecurities. Why? Like I said, we're all human. We all have insecurities, and it's part of the human experience is to have insecurities. But the thing is don't look at yourself or view yourself in a negative light due to your insecurities. Don't do that, because now you're beating yourself up, number one. And number two, you're not giving yourself enough grace. You're not giving yourself enough room to actually breathe and be human. You're trying to put yourself on a pedestal. You're trying to make yourself perfect, and nobody's perfect, and nobody's on a pedestal. So once you remove those two things of putting yourself on a pedestal and removing yourself from being perfect, now you see that you're just a human, and now you can now you can have a better chance at having more self-compassion for yourself because you don't view yourself so highly. You see? So step two is be compassionate with yourself. Number three, combat negative thoughts. Anytime negative thoughts appear in your mind about any insecurities that you have, combat them with positive thoughts, positive mental attitude. So you may think, oh, I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not beautiful. Combat that with, I am pretty enough, I am beautiful, I am enough. Especially, this is one thing, side note, especially if you're looking in the lens of beauty. Beauty is truly in the eyes of the beholder. One thing that somebody may find beautiful is another. So don't base your construct of beauty based off what the world says or what these magazines say or social media may say, because all this is for propaganda, all this is for money on the outside. So you have to really be honest with yourself and know that you are beautiful. We all are beautiful, and we're all made in God's image. So in that case, nobody's ugly. We're all beautiful. Now, beauty in perspectives of attractiveness is in the eyes of the beholder. So one person may find somebody beautiful, one person may not. So you have to find the person who may finds you to their aesthetic pleasing. Now I'm off of that tangent. Okay. Also, when negative thoughts arise, combat them with, is this an assumption or is this truth? Is this assumptions or if this is truth? If this is our assumptions, then you have to discard them. If it's truth, then you have to come to figure with the truth. The fourth thing to do to battle insecurities is focus on your strengths. A lot of times we focus on the things we're not good at, the things that we feel like we're lacking in, the things that we're insecure about, and we forget and we tend to not remember the things that we're actually good at. You may think you're not pretty enough or beautiful enough, but you're smart as hell. You may think that you're not intelligent enough, but you're strong. You may think that you're not a good driver, but you're a good teacher. So don't focus on the insecurity so much. Focus on your strengths. Like I said, we all lack somewhere. But the more that you focus on what you lack, the more that you focus on your insecurities, the more that they will grow. And the more that those grow, the more that you tend to remember your strengths. So now, as you go out in the world, you're leaning more on your insecurities and your lack more so than leaning on your abundance and your strengths. So focus on your strengths. Everybody's going to have insecurities. Everybody's going to lack in some area. But that's not your issue. Your issue, what you need to do is focus on your strengths. Once you focus on your strengths, it minimizes and it lowers the insecurities and lowers the things that you may lack in. Number five, don't compare yourself. This should have been like number one, or this should have been the last one, but this is the second to last one. But anyways, don't compare yourself. Comparison is really the thief of joy. A lot of times the reason why we're insecure about things is because we've compared ourselves to something else or someone else. Oh, I don't think I'm pretty enough, or I don't think I'm pretty because the world says that this supermodel, this superstar is the definition of pretty. Yet you discard, your significant other telling you you're beautiful. You discard your parents telling you you're beautiful. You discard your own self telling you that you're beautiful, because you're comparing yourself to other people. Or somebody may think that they're not rich enough or they don't have enough money because their next door neighbor's house is bigger than them and they have more cars and da 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 da. Don't let these comparisons steal the joy that you have. Don't let these comparisons steal the things that you have built. Don't let these comparisons steal, see where I'm going? Don't let these comparisons take away the things that you have actually built for yourself, the things that you actually are confident in. So while you focusing on somebody else and comparing yourself to someone else, you forget what you have. You forget your greatness. You forget your strengths. And also, when you compare yourself to someone else, you forget that those people also have insecurities. So now what? So the things that you're insecure about, or your strengths, they may be insecure about. So now guess what? We're all equal. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. We all have insecurities. So this is why you shouldn't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself. Just enjoy who you are. And then if you don't like something, work to get better at it. But don't compare yourself to saying this person is this or this person is this and now I'm this, I'm less than. No, don't do that because we're all equal. We all have greatnesses and all have weaknesses. Like I said, we all have insecurities. So enjoy yourself. Lastly, number 6 is face your fears. You need to do things that challenge you, that challenge your insecurities, that challenge you to open up and strengthen your insecurities as much as possible. So say, for instance, someone has a fear of public speaking. You should take on minor things that strengthen your insecurities. So let's say, for instance, like I said, public speaking. Speak up more when you're in meetings at work, or speak up more when you have the opportunity to in school, and this will start building that muscle. Like I said, it may not be your strength, or it may eventually become your strength because it's an insecurity that held you back, and now you feel more entitled to wanting to strengthen it. So it's just little steps, little by little. Let's say, for instance, someone is insecure about their physical image of how they feel. Start little by little by going to the gym. You don't have to be the biggest bodybuilder or physique model, anything of that sort, but you go into the gym and you might just walk on the treadmill, or you might find a machine that you like and just start very, very slow and small. But what you're doing is you're building your strength, you're building your self-confidence, you're building that muscle so that insecurity becomes weaker and lessened. Now, like I said, this is only for people who want to deal with their insecurities and minimize them as much as possible. And what'll happen is 2 things, like I said. Either that insecurity will get smaller and you become stronger, or that insecurity can actually become your strength. Just like some guys who are young and they're scared to talk to girls. So they start off, maybe chatting or, just starting small conversations. And eventually they either overcome that fear of talking to girls or talking to the opposite sex to where they're able to, spark positive relationships. Or they become, some of the greatest people who can speak to the opposite sex, or people who have real good game, or whatever the case may be. So those are the avenues that when you challenge your insecurities, don't let them just sit and grow. No, challenge them if need be, if you feel like they're holding you back. So yeah, I hope this video isn't all over the place. I hope this helps somebody. A couple steps to help you battle your insecurities. It's not professional video or anything like that, but it's just my take. I just want to piece together and hope that this reaches somebody out in the public world. Yeah. So, like I said, I hope this helps somebody because it helps me. I have insecurities like everybody else. And this is just certain things that came up on my mind of how I dealt with them, and I hope that it can help you. So, hope this helps somebody. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.